Continuing on about things we love to see, big up Ye. Ye shared some new, or Yeezy shared some new promotional photos shot by Vanessa Beercroft teasing some new boots and also some new clothing. And it got me thinking about the boots that never came out, the ones that everyone wanted. I forgot the name of them, the number, but there was ones that everyone wanted to buy. They were $20, but they never, because you got shipped, and they eventually took them down. And I think everyone either got refunded. I think everyone either got refunded, or they got sent the SL ones or something instead, which were not the same ones. But they do feature the boots that everyone wanted. So here you got an image of the model wearing something in all white, hands in the pockets, hands touching the vest, or hands on the zip, sorry, the hoodie. And then you got a little sneak image here of the boots that are meant to be, that hopefully will come out at some point. These boots that, you know, Yeezy made or Ye made, that just look beautiful, to be honest. They kind of remind me a little bit of duck boots, but it's sort of like his idea of a military boot without any zips. So it's really fucking cool. I really like the look of it. I like that because it's all like one, I guess it's, I won't say it's one piece, but because it's somewhat, maybe vulcanized is not the right word, but because it's all, but because maybe it's made in two pieces, maybe put together, you got this really nice thick sole where there's not real clear line where the midsole and the footbed sort of meets. It kind of gives this really exaggerated, thicker kind of silhouette. Although maybe your foot might not be that high up, it still makes it look really, really chunky and high. And yeah, I can't wait to see what they end up looking like in person. They're going to be really popular when they do eventually drop. I'm not sure when they will drop, don't get me wrong, but when they do eventually drop, I think these are going to be one of the most popular Yeezy shoes to come out, because everyone nowadays is into the boots, right? From the fucking Timberland hype to the Balenciaga strike boot, I feel like it's still getting a lot of attention. The other boot, which everyone wore, the ones with the massive heel, or the ones that are just super thick in general and really high, those are really popular too. So I feel like the boot trend isn't going to die anytime soon. And we're in winter now, so you know, well, there's no better time to don some boots than now. No time to don some boots than now. But it also got me thinking a little bit about this announcement, this up and coming announcement, this coming soon announcement from fucking Matthew Williams regarding a pair of boots that he also is designing for his namesake brand, because now Matthew Williams is now no longer at Givenchy. He's now doing his own thing, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's, you know, gonna launch his own namesake brand instead of working with Alix, which is not a part of anymore. He's doing his own thing. And one of the things that he sort of like launched, and to kind of give you a bit of a sneak peek, I'm assuming this whole entire outfit by this lady is obviously what he's going to be designing. But the main thing are these boots, which look eerily similar to the first sort of like, you know, thing that we saw from Ye when it comes to his Yeezy boots. These look eerily similar, eerily similar to the boots that Ye never ended up shipping. Which one was it? That's the one. That's the one. That's the one that got deleted. So this one was called the SL03. So the SL03 was the one that was deleted, that we never actually got, because I don't think they actually made it into manufacture. But the shoe that you see here from, I don't know, from what's his name, Matthew Williams, why does it look super similar to this? Especially the tread, you know, the way the tread is, that little line at the front, the little seam line. So I wonder if the reason why we didn't get it is because maybe this was a Matthew Williams design thing that he wants to put out himself first, and Ye maybe decided to kind of take them down, you know, respect his friend and kind of do his own thing. I'm not too sure, but they do look weirdly similar, you know, they do look weirdly similar. Maybe just, you know, Matthew Williams took inspiration from Ye. They did work before, or Matthew Williams did previously work for Yeezy, so maybe there's some overlap there, but they do look really fucking similar to each other. I wonder what the hell is going on with these guys, with these shoes, because they do look really similar. But he says they're coming soon. I guess we have to wait to see when they do drop. I think he's wearing them here as well, right? In this picture, yeah, he's wearing them here in this picture too, where he's wearing all white. You kind of see the same boots that he kind of previewed. This one's a bit different though. These ones have like a metal toe cap. I think there might be slightly different to the one he shows there. That these have a little bit of a metal toe cap there. Matthew Williams' version, they have a bit of a metal toe cap, as you can see there, or some sort of seam. I'm assuming it's going to be a metal toe cap. Who knows? But yeah, he's previewed him for a while. There we go. Yeah, he's previewed him for a while. He's previewed him already for a while. So not too sure what's going on here. Not too sure, but I'm eagerly anticipating this new release of stuff he's going to be dropping soon for his own brand. Full new collection, fit crazy. Yeah, I guess. I'm eager to see what it looks like in person. Eager to see what it looks like when he eventually does drop it. But big up Matthew Williams. Big up. Oh, those cargos are good. Okay, there's a better look at them. There's a better look at the boots. There's a better look at the boots. So you got some lines, some splits. Yeah, maybe there's a slight difference actually. Maybe there is quite a lot of difference to those in the Yeezys actually when you do look at them up close like that. with all the contrast, and you see all the sleeves and stuff. I don't know. I guess just wait and see when they do eventually drop. I guess we'll have to wait and bloody see. There has been actually a lot of discussion around whether Ye is going to be bringing back the iconic Yeezy. Is it 950? If I'm not mistaken, right? It's the iconic Yeezy 950 boot. I think that's what I'm talking about, because he was sat with the interview recently with that guy you just saw there, and he briefly discussed, you know, some things, and people looked down at his feet and were like, oh my god, the 950 duck boots, right? The famous legendary boots that we all know and love, may be coming back again. I don't necessarily think that's true. I just think Ye got an old pair of, you know, duck boots, so he probably purchased out in Japan because he's been living there for a while. That's usually the home of where you can find loads of brand new old stuff, right? Loads of archive vintage things that you never thought you could easily find. You could always find on there. I remember when I used to buy like old, you know, Supreme and shit. I used to love checking out Yahoo auctions, right? JP, for like old vintage fucking Supreme, Bape, stuff from years ago that you thought you could never get. You find some person selling it in the original bag, you know, with all the hang tags on it from like, I don't know, spring 1999 collection. Fucking insane. So I think Ye most likely went to a consignment store, went to a vintage store, and found a pair of, you know, his boots that he did with Yeezy time ago, and just end up wearing them. You know, he likes wearing the same boots for a long time. I don't necessarily think he's bringing them back, you know, under the Yeezy umbrella. I don't necessarily think so, but this is a cool little interview that he did with one of these kids on the street that I thought was funny.
All right, AJ, Mystery Fashion is who I'm here with, and where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Shy.
Okay, we see the outfit, man. Rate your outfit from 1 through 10 and let me know what you're wearing.
Oh, it's always a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I got the original Yeezy 950 boots on.
Crazy.
I got the, you know, Gosha did the pop-up today, so the rest of it's all Gosha.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a fashion trend you regret participating in?
Life.
Brilliant answer, innit? Fucking brilliant answer. Deadpan as well. What's the worst fashion trend you regret participating in this life? I fucking love it. But yeah, everyone's getting too excited about this. I know the Yeezy site also updated a few of their, because they're now including these really cool fit pics. And I think the model, they updated the model to wear a pair of the boots, which I think are just Ye's boots. I'm not mistaken. I think it just might be his own personal boots, or they got some more boots. But I don't necessarily think this means that we're going to see the 950s anytime soon. I don't think so. I'm assuming Adidas probably owns the fucking IP of those boots anyway. But I don't think we're getting them. I think we might get those boots that we saw earlier that I mentioned. But I don't think we're going to get these 950s anytime soon. I think people are getting excited over nothing. I think people are getting excited over nothing. I think these are just old boots put on a model to make them shot, you know, the shoot look cool and shit. And that's all it is. I could be mistaken though. But let's also not lie and say the Yeezy fight is fucking sick now, isn't it? Look at the sections they've got. They've got different sections for new, men's, women's, slides and accessories, obviously. But there's loads of different pieces. I think there's some of them as well, all $100 if I'm mistaken, right? There's some really cool leather pieces, as you can see, in terms of hoodies and shit. There's bomber jackets. There's nice zip-ups. Not too sure when any of the stuff would ship, by the way, because I think all this stuff is like made to order or like drop shipped, so you're gonna have to wait a while to get a lot of it. I think that's the one thing I see a lot of people saying that they're getting really quickly are the slides. Allegedly, if you order a pair of the slides, they come pretty rapidly. I'm assuming because they could probably push those out and pump those out pretty rapidly as well. But yeah, some of the stuff is really hard. Like look at this anorak I really love as well, with the fur hood, $100. You can't really go wrong with that one. Easy design. They got gloves, mechanical gloves, body suits. Look, they got a camo version of this jacket as well that I mentioned with the fur hood. I'm not really the biggest fan of jackets with fur hoods, by the way. I already mentioned, you know, I feel like whenever I see a jacket with a fur hood, especially a short one, it kind of makes you feel like, you know, Mary J. Blige or Jennifer fucking Lopez. You know, as much as I want to be a baddie, I don't want to look like one walking around the street, you get me? Especially the way my batty is sized. But yeah, there's some good stuff here that you can see. Hoodies, jackets, leather jackets, jumpsuits, shorts and shit. Loads of cool stuff added. I really like these SL02s, not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube review them and not be too happy about them, but I kind of like them. I kind of like them. I think they'll be pretty good airport shoes instead of wearing Crocs, you know? They're pretty decent airport shoes, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of don't mind the SL002s, but they might be an acquired taste for a lot of people out there. All one piece, right? They might be a bit of an acquired taste, but I don't mind them. What else we got here? We got glasses, SL, the SG02s, a bunch of people got those too. I think they come in like a silver box, if I'm not mistaken. So these are pretty cool. They got a little strap on the back to kind of keep the glasses on your head and shit. Come almost like a mechanical type of thing. Yeah, so really cool stuff overall. Really fucking cool stuff. I recommend you check it out. YEEZY.com, always adding new interesting bits and pieces. Again, all priced really well as well. That we got even denim jeans, right? We got denim jeans fucking included too for $40, which I can't be mad at. Actually, there's an information section too. There's an information. Oh, okay, these are sweatpants. Sorry, my bad. Baggy sweatpants, leg, two-sided pocket, draw cord, 100% cotton. So there's also information available for you to check out. I think these might be the jeans, right? These ones, the PTs. I think these might be the jeans. Information. Yeah, there you go. Straight leg pant. Okay, these aren't jeans either. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, maybe they're not saying denim on them, so maybe they can't say denim if they're not actually denim. I'm not too sure. Leather belts, bags, all that malarkey. Check it out if you're not way included. Check it out if you're that way included. Cool.